there, I manage Pools Corner potato storage. Store 80 million pounds at this facility. A few years back, a couple years, we started to really question why we were having the success and why we were having the failures. We realized we had issues with our own building as far as inefficiencies, air restrictions. We weren't getting the airflow we thought we were getting, and that was playing a big part in us not being able to get the quality out of our potatoes, and we were also spending a lot of money and extra energy to store the crop potatoes. Okay, what we were able to do here is, back a few years ago, we doubled the fans in this building, realizing that airflow, a couple things. One, we were using really large fans. We have 20 horsepower fans here, and the larger the fan you use, the more inefficient the fan becomes. A bigger fan requires more energy to move a certain volume of air. So now we understand that smaller fans are more efficient. We have a control system which doesn't do everything that we want it to do at the present time, so we're looking at making changes to get that system that will work with the weather outside on a constant basis, so it'll take advantage of certain weather events, and this will help us keep our costs down as far as running heaters. That's a huge part of storing potatoes. What goes on outside the building is what's going on inside the building. What we did in the past is we would run our fans all the time, and sometimes it worked for us and sometimes it didn't. But the question becomes, you're not drying the pile or you're not cooling the pile, then why are you running your fans? We looked a lot at air speeds to see how fast perhaps the air's going down the plenum through the laterals, through humidicells, if there's bypasses, if they're open or closed. And it's difficult to say what's going to work in one storage will necessarily work in another, because they all seem to be a little different, a little unique. What we were able to do here is basically we went from 13 CFM a ton to 20 CFM a ton with the fans going at the same speed, just by learning that there were little things we could do to improve that. And they weren't expensive things to do, simple things to do. It just took a little bit of time and understanding. For example, here our humidicells, we removed them. We're not adding water. That was a big increase. We realized our return air openings were too small. The air was restricted. It was going too fast. We opened those up. That was a big help. Our bypasses, which our original system didn't have, created those. Another big, a huge gain there. There was a section of the building that was poorly insulated. Added some extra insulation there, and that's been a huge help. It prevents us from using heaters now because we're not losing that heat through the building. We're keeping that heat. Another thing very simple is the blades, the fan props. We pressure wash and clean them up, make them smooth, so they're just more efficient again. Sensors, outside sensors or inside sensors, are they calibrated? Where are they located? If you know 10 ways to dry a pile, you know 10 ways not to dry a pile. So with the knowledge and the system working properly, you can get some good gains either way.